Hi guys, and welcome back from Carly at the Herbathicary. Really good to see you guys again. If you're new to the channel or like the videos, please show your support by hitting like and subscribe down below. And welcome to the third in our series of Christmas crochet videos. Today we will be making a gorgeous little wreath. For this you'll need to know how to double crochet and single crochet. Now mine is about the size of my palm, but you can make this as small or as big as you want. There is no series or count number that is required, just enough to fill your actual ring. Now you can use an old curtain ring. You could even use the ring from the top of a milk bottle if you wanted. Today I've got two different options. I've got either a little metal bracelet, but for this one, as I want the wreath bit to be a bit wider, I've just cut off the top of a plastic cup. So for this project, you will need a ring, the required size of your wreath. I've even used a hula hoop before and done a giant one. I just did more rounds of the frills at the edges. You will need your yarn colors of choice. I'm using a very nice Christmassy red with a white silver trim, and you will need a yarn hook that is appropriate to your yarn, normally a 4 or 4.5, and then I also use a smaller hook, a 2.75 millimeter, as I find it makes it easier to go back in once you've worked around your ring. So let's get started. Now we're going to be working around this ring. So what you want to do is put your hook through the ring first of all and attach your slip knot at the back. Then holding your hook at the front of the ring and keeping your tail around the ring, you're going to yarn over from the top and pull that yarn through the loop on your hook to attach it. We're now going to go under, yarn over and single crochet. Go in through the loop, yarn over, pull it up, yarn over and single crochet. We're going to complete this all the way around the ring until we have all of our ring covered. So keep working through that ring and single crocheting at the top. So in through our ring, yarn over, pull up, yarn over and single crochet, and I'll meet you guys back at the end once you've completed the ring. Remember, there is no actual stitch count, just enough to cover your ring so that you can't see it anymore. So now I have covered most of the ring and I just have a small gap. I have been moving the crochets and bunching them together to make it a little bit easier to get into this little gap, and then I can just spread them a bit. So we'll do a couple more just to fill that up, and then we are going to slip stitch to the top of that first single crochet that we made. So in through the front, wrap at the back, pull through everything. I then like to change to the smaller hook at this point, as I find it is easier to do all the crochets or the double crochets in each of the holes. So we are going to chain 3, which is going to count as our first double crochet. And then in that same hole that we just came out of, we're going to do another 2 double crochets. So wrap at the back, pull through, wrap and pull through 2, wrap and pull through 2, then repeat that, wrap at the back, pull through, wrap and pull through 2, wrap and pull through 2. Now this is a very simple pattern. We're just going to repeat this 3 double crochets in each of those holes along until we get round to the end. So I'm at the end now. I think I've just got one more triple or 3 double crochets to do. So I'll just do those last 3. Now as you can see, it gives us this really cute wavy frilly effect. So I'll just do my last double crochet there, and then we are going to slip stitch to that 3rd chain of that first chain 3 that we did. But I'm going to change the color now. So what we want to do is just go into the hole, but we don't want to complete that slip stitch with the first color. We want to pull in our second color. So we're just going to wrap that around our hook at the back, holding it tight so it doesn't come loose, and then we're going to complete that slip stitch with this yarn. Now I do like to do a slip stitch on the white at the back to keep it secure, but we're just going to pull that through everything, and now we've attached our second color. Snip your first color so you've got a little bit of a tail that you can work around. And now what we're going to do is just complete a single crochet in each of those double crochets from the previous round. So I know we did 3 in each last time, but we're just doing 1 in each now. So that's in through each of the holes, yarn over at the back, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through the 2 on the hook. I do prefer to work these 2 ends in at this stage. However, if you do find it difficult holding it in place and working around it, you can just darn these ends in when you're done. I'll meet you guys at the end once you've completed 1 single crochet in each of the double crochets from the previous round. Now I did snip those tails off after I'd done about 10 single crochets over them, as they were nice and secure. And now we're almost at the end. I've got 1 or 2 left to do. So we'll complete those single crochets, and then we're going to make a little tail to hang it from. Now, if you were just going to use this as an embellishment, obviously you don't have to add the tail, but I do like to. So we'll do 1, and here's our very last one. So I am going to slip stitch to that first place that we entered, so just slip stitch through there. Now to do the tail, I'm going to chain 10. Now as this yarn is quite flimsy and I don't want my hangy bit to break, I am going to do a row of single crochets around it. But we've done our 10, so we're going to slip stitch right back into that hole. So if your yarn is thicker, you can leave it like this. I, however, like to turn my work, and then in through that chain, I'm just going to complete about 12 single crochets. So around that chain, in through the front, wrap at the back, pull through, wrap and pull through 2, and complete as many single crochets as you wish to make that hangy bit a little bit thicker. But obviously this isn't necessary if your yarn is thick enough that it's unlikely to snap. Now this does get a bit difficult holding the wreath and completing those last ones, so you can just bunch your single crochets up and then spread them out at the end. Then just slip stitch back into that same hole, cut your yarn, leaving yourself a nice tail, chain 1 and pull through. And now it's just time to grab our darning needle and darn in those ends. To do this, I like to go from the back through to the front to secure the hanger better. Then I go back through to the back, as that's the best place to hide the yarn. So from the back to the front, then back from the front to the back, and then I just hide it in that trim. And snip off the yarn, and that is our Christmas wreath completed. Now I will probably be adding some little green bells that I've got. I just have to find them to be the baubles, but I'm pretty pleased with this. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, had lots of fun. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you do, and come back for more Christmas videos from the Hook Nook.